guys, how's it going? It's the Mad Stacker here for Brick Builders Club TV, and I am here with the ever-popular Carter Baldwin. And today we're going to be talking to you a little bit about Greebles. What is a Greeble, you may ask? I don't know either. Carter, why don't you tell us?
So a Greeble is a mechanical detail thing that makes spaceships look like they actually function and they can actually fly around in space. It came from Star Wars back when they were trying to figure out the Star Destroyer. They just made this big wedge and it looked really boring, so they added all these little bits to it and it looked really cool. And they were like, what is that? Let's call it a Greeble. And that's where we get Greebles from, and it's a really popular technique with Lego to make spaceships look more interesting, more detailed, and cooler. And that's what I have right here.
And if you're more interested in Greebles, you can definitely check out the exosuit, which is like 100% Greeble.
It's a Greeble package, yeah.
All right, so Carter, what would you say the most important thing about building Greebles is? Like, if you're gonna build Greebles, here's the #1 rule to remember.
The main thing you want to get with a Greeble is texture. You want it to have a nice, pleasing, repeated sort of pattern that kind of looks like it does things. That's the most important part of it.
All right, so this one definitely, I don't really think it goes with that too much.
Yeah, so this is the first one I did because I was building a series here, and this one doesn't really achieve that. It's got multiple colors. It's kind of got a big chunk here and little chunks over there. It doesn't really work. It doesn't really flow. And you can see I've got some cool ideas going on here. I've got like these handlebars to kind of complete a circle. Got some tubing, got some, just texture-y bits, some random machinery type bits going on, but it's not really cohesive in any way. It's kind of lots of different things all clustered together, but not really forming any satisfying, full, complete looking sort of thing. So then the next one here, I went for more of that repeated pattern, but it looks a little plain, it's a little flat, and doesn't really have a lot of flow to it. I had lots of little detail-y bits. These small tap bits all over the place, some bars going on, but you can kind of still see the bottom of the base, the 8x8 plate I built it all on. So it's nice. It's got a lot of texture to it, but it doesn't really flow in any way. There's lots of stuff all connected together, but nothing really. There's no movement through the piece, so you kind of see it, but it's just all really a jumble. So the third one has much more of the texture, the repeated patterns, and it looks like it actually moves stuff around inside the tubes. It's got this this variation in height. It's got lots of flow to it. It's got this repetition of texture with the taps again. It's got these tubey bits, pipe bits sticking out, kind of like smokestacks. I have no idea what it does. It's just, that's what Greebles are. They're just, mysterious bits of machinery that nobody really knows what they're for, what they do, but they look really, they look cool. They fill in, the gaps in your builds, and they make it look a lot more purposeful. So this one has, like I mentioned, the height and the repetition of texture, and it also has this flow. You can kind of see, I don't know what's going on inside of it, but you can kind of see stuff moving from, up here down to here. You can see, different parts connected to each other and, doing different things. So this is the, third and final one I built, and I like it a lot more than the previous ones, because you can kind of see, how stuff moves in it, and even though it doesn't have any real purpose, you can kind of create purposes, invent purposes for it to fill. So that is the final Greeble for the month, and the one I like best.
So other than the repeating patterns, if you were going to give people tips on how to build their own Greebles, what would be some suggestions you would have for them?
You definitely want to stick with all the same color or very complementary colors. What some people do is they build light gray on top and then dark gray down below to kind of create an illusion of depth. But keeping it all light gray makes it a lot simpler and makes it look a lot more engine-y or detail-y or Greeble-y.
That's definitely your standard Greeble color.
Yeah, that's kind of the expected Greeble design. It's just all gray or all dark gray or
possibly
something like that.
Because of that Star Destroyer connection.
Having the original Star Destroyer being, all light gray kind of established that pattern of Greebles just being really gray and really bland.
Cool. All right. So definitely Greebles will help your spaceshippery in the future. And if you build some, post them on Facebook, post them on Instagram, use hashtag BrickSwag. See if you can outshine Carter Baldwin here. And, as usual, keep stacking.
See you later.
It's the Mad Snacker here. Mad Snacker.